music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Hi everyone, I'm sitting here with Miss Sandrine El Khodry, Senior Vice President Alcatel Lucent Enterprise for EEIMEA region, Emergent Europe, India, Turkey, Middle East and Africa board. It doesn't stop there because your career is incredibly inspiring, so I want to give a little bit of a bio for everything that you've had. We have no time for her entire bio, but I'll do my best. With over 30 years of experience in senior executive roles across major global corporations, including Airbus, EU Networks, British Telecom, and currently Alcatel Lucent Enterprise, Sandrine El Khodry brings a wealth of experience to her professional journey. She is French, native Egyptian, and has lived in Paris for more than 30 years. I want to ask more about that later. Returning to her Middle Eastern roots, Sandrine relocated to the UAE 6 years ago for her previous role as Vice President of Alcatel Lucent Enterprise, Middle East and Africa region. As of April 2024, she has taken the role of Senior Vice President for the newly formed Emerging Countries region of Eastern Europe, Greece, Cyprus, Turkey, Middle East, Africa, India, and South Asia, bringing in her wealth of expertise and strong dedication for achievements. Wow. It is a pleasure to be sitting here with you. I don't know if I'm worthy. How are you today?
Thank you very much, Kenzy, for this introduction.
There was more.
I'm really honored to be with you today.
Thank you.
A pleasure. So please, I'm all yours. You ask whatever you want.
Oh, I want to sit with you all day, but let's get into it. So today we are at the third edition of the CEO Women Conference 2024, with the main theme being tackled today at the conference is healthcare.
Yep.
But generally, I have questions I want to ask you about women. And with all your expertise, what does CEO Woman stand for or mean to you in your incredible career?
Thank you for this, my incredible career.
It is.
Yeah. So the question is around a woman CEO or CEO as a title?
As a woman.
As a woman.
Yes.
Okay. So for me, woman or man or a man, it's similar. The same criterias needs to be criteria need to be applied to achieve and to be successful in such position. So first of all, and this is what I usually do, leading with your heart. First of all, we are all human, yeah? And whatever brand you are working for, it is people who are making the difference. The brand is something, but it is people who are building this brand and making it growing. So you need to be human and lead with your heart. You need to be a leader, and being a leader is not a title. A leader, it needs to be acquired on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not because you have a title of the CEO that you think that I made it. I step back and I'm just like giving orders. You know what I mean? A leader is somebody that people trust, believe in, and follow. It doesn't mean that they love the person or like the person, but at least they feel that they can refer to and they can follow this person, inspiring them, having solutions, hands-on. Yeah? So you can be a very good leader and suddenly stepping back and being in your comfort zone, and you lose the credibility in the eyes of your people. Yeah? And also you need to have a vision. And when I say a vision, it's not on paper. It's a business understanding vision. And this is not given. A CEO cannot know everything.
Yeah.
This person relies on several competencies, CFOs, CHRO, CEO, CRO, whatever, but needs to have a vision, a global understanding of the business in which he or she is operating, to be able to give the right guidance and the right understanding of the market in which they are operating, yeah?
I love what you said about the fact that you can't, even when you reach that level of CEO, whether man or woman, you can't lose focus, because then you will lose credibility, because I feel like a lot of people get comfortable on top.
Exactly. And what I discovered and what I see all over my 30 years of career is that people, when they reach such position, they stuck to the chair and they think it personal. They take it personal. I need to defend this chair. But they totally forget that life is ups and downs.
Yeah.
And my main slogan, if I can say this, is that it is not the title, it is not the chair, it is the impact that you are doing. Because one day you will leave this chair, and my wish is that whenever I leave a position, people remind me with good things and remind that I changed their life, or I contributed for them to grow, or I did something that they learned from and they are applying in their lives. This is the impact.
Yeah.
And this is what will last. The chair never lasts. Yeah.
I wish we could broadcast this to the whole world, because what you said is so impactful, especially for young people too. And you spoke now that you said you want to have an impact on people. And I know in your career, you were able to combine your love for business and your love for people.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, what first inspired you to do that? And specifically, you have a focus on young entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So in your 30-year career, what inspired you to combine those two and focus on inspiring young entrepreneurs?
Listen, Kenzy, when I started my career, I didn't have all of this in mind. But I have a small gem that needs to be cleaned up all over. And what I consider a gem is the soft skills, the willingness, the perseverance, the stubborn sometimes, to never give up, I had a dream when I started my career, is to become somebody. In what, how, where, I wanted to be somebody influential, where people can remind my good acts, and where I can do good around me and helping others. So this grows with me all over the 30 years. And as my career and my path was really hard, because, I was in France like 1 year back, one of my visits to France, and I met with one of my big bosses 25 years back. And he said, listen, Sandrine, honestly, I can advise you to write a book. I said, seriously, why? He said, I see you growing.
Wow.
And if you look around you, your path wasn't easy. I was aware of this, but you forget.
Yeah.
Yeah? And he was just like saying, your Eastern origin, a woman in a Western world, in a men's business. So if you look around you, all the same criteria as women, the maximum that they can achieve in the Western world is the PA of a chairman, not a decision-making position. So I said, wow, I'm somebody. Ah, good. Thank you.
Made it. I'm still fighting the fight.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I have been through a lot.
Yeah.
A lots of roadblocks, a lots of challenges, a lots of races. I can say that like this, yeah. And especially the challenge to prove yourself against your peer men who had everything easy, but as a woman you need to work 10 times, yeah. So I have been through all of it. So I know when I look to the young people, women or men, it's not easy, especially for women. So whenever I can help, I help, because I know how it takes, and the depression and the hard time that you can, you can suffer a lot from injustice, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's hard to live. So those people need somebody to guide or to help, yeah? So I put it in the back of my mind whenever I can help somebody or support. I don't say that I know it all. Nobody knows it all, but at least I have a career and a life experience which allows me to be able to be a good advisor, to support, to guide the person, to motivate, to, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm passionate about this.
I can tell.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about two things. Three. People, culture, and business.
You've been all around the world, so I'm sure you've
Yeah.
seen so much.
Yeah, and for me, until the last breath, you need to give, and you
Yeah.
need to learn. And guess what? I have 2 MBAs already, but now I am preparing, and I wasn't good at school. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
was
believe
very
that.
bad. I was very bad at school. I was very, very bad at school.
There's still hope for the rest of us.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean anything, yeah? So I have 2 MBAs and I am preparing a PhD
Wow.
in the impact of culture on doing business. Because as you said, I have been all over the world.
Yeah.
I managed multicultural teams. And trust me, when you are in a meeting with your direct reports, multicultural, and you say a phrase, it is interpreted like a hell of a difference. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean you shouldn't talk the same language. It's not key, but at least you need to be curious to understand, because culture is identity, right? So if you don't understand the people with whom you are dealing with, because business is around people,
Yeah.
I need to understand what is your interests to be able to attract your attention to do my business, right? So if I don't understand your thoughts, your culture, the between the lines, how would I be successful
Speaking a
in
different
business?
language.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really passionate about this. And trust me, no diplomas can give you the guarantee to succeed if you are not interested in others and challenging yourselves all the time to make it happen, and most of all, having the gem, having
Yeah.
it in your blood, because you can graduate from Harvard, you can graduate whatever, it will be a piece of paper, but if you don't have this,
Can stay in the drawer and then you
yeah,
have nothing
exactly.
to show for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To wrap this up, I wish I could speak to you all day. But
Thank
speaking, you said 30 years and you weren't good in school and you've
I
been
wasn't.
all around the world.
Yeah.
Have you seen in your 30-year career difference a growth or a stride that we've made as women in business?
The evolution of
Yes.
women in business, of course, I see that. But this is my personal opinion that I would like to share with you.
Please.
So, what I feel and I see now, and I'm not generalizing, but it is my understanding of the economical world picture, is that now it became the trend to push women on leadership position. So this is good, but are we doing it right? I don't think so, because what happens now is that men don't find leadership positions. They are completely excluded for the same position. If 2 CVs arrives, 1 woman and 1, they're not anymore looking to the skills. They're looking
No.
to the gender. So this is not
like a
the
check mark.
equality. This is not the equality that we were asking for. We were asking for, don't look to the gender, look to the skills on the 2 papers and take the best in class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what is happening now, it's biased. What we are doing is that for the leadership position, we have a quota to fill in the exec level, we're taking a woman. But is this woman skillful? Sometimes not.
No.
And what we are creating is that the person is on a decision-making position, but weak to take such position because she's lacking skills. She's not raising her hands to say that I would like this or that. And what it creates is that the snowball, you know, that whatever or whomever woman will approach, she will kill her because she will feel this threat. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's biased, but I am confident that we will arrive to a balance, because each transformation needs a biased period
True.
to accompany this transformation.
Yes.
So we are at the other extreme, and I am not generalizing, saying that all the women on leadership positions are not worth it.
course
I'm
not.
not saying
Of
this
course
at
not.
all, because, and especially here in the Middle East, I am seeing, and in Egypt, I am seeing brilliant women. And when I speak to them, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you feel proud that, wow, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not generalizing, but on a worldwide perspective, when I
For
look
sure.
into it, this is the situation, you know? Or sometimes you have women on leadership position because they are coming from a very wealthy family and whatever, or they are whatever. So it's not helping the equation. But we are in a transition period. We are not yet there, but we are on the right direction. But we need to be vigilant about this, because what we are doing now is we are making men suffering.
Yeah, we're doing the opposite of what we
Exactly,
actually
and this is
needed.
not good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because now I have lots of men friends who comes to me and say, you're very lucky. You're a woman. I said, I'm so sorry. Stop it. Because if I am at
'Cause it
this
negates
position, because
everything else,
exactly,
right?
I have been
Negates
working hard.
everything you've done.
Exactly. Don't resume it to women.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm a woman. The system is biased.
Yes.
Fine, but it's transitional.
I can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Kenzy, it's likewise, and I can stay hours and
Me
hours
too,
and
but
days speaking about those
me
topics
too.
because
I wish.
it's very dear to my
Hopefully
heart.
we can
Yeah?
speak again soon.
It's with great pleasure.
Thank you so
very
much.
much. Thank you.
Still here with you in the mobile studio, NileFM and Nugum FM, continuing to speak to incredible women and event goers. Stay tuned. We are still here all day.
Nile FM.